Hi there, Karolina. Sorry about the confusion. Let's take a look at your new set of essays. This is the one about weddings. Okay. Over the last decades, people have debated whether spending a significant amount of money on wedding parties brings more positive or negative outcomes. Although getting married is a once-in-a-lifetime experience and gives a chance to meet with wider family, it would be foolish not to recognize that it is also a financial burden for the young couple. Okay. I'm a little concerned with the expression wedding parties. We usually call them wedding receptions or wedding festivities, you could call them. But when I hear wedding parties, I typically think of the group of people who stand around with the bride and groom in weddings. That's what's called the wedding party. So be careful with that expression. All right. In this essay, we'll discuss both aspects and prove arguments using examples from Oxford University without the and the New York Post magazine. Okay, fine. On one hand, a wedding ceremony is an event that calls for special celebration and makes the perfect occasion for family gathering. Most probably, every young girl dreams of marrying a prince and throwing a unique party that would mesmerize all their guests, so it might be worth spending money on making such a childhood dream come true. Additionally, it should be called out that weddings are usually one of a few rare occasions to meet with extended family members. A recent survey by the Sun magazine has clearly indicated that in most cases people meet with their distant cousins, uncles, and aunts either at the weddings or at the funerals of their relatives. Therefore, both emotional and social benefits of such expensive celebrations cannot be overestimated. All right, you know what the issue is here, Karolina, with this paragraph is that you're telling me why people spend a lot of money, okay? So one is to make your dream come true, and the other one is to meet with relatives. But you haven't really told me how either of these are benefits. Okay, so it's not that I have an issue with the examples that you've provided, but you haven't framed it in such a way that it shows that, yeah, you have to spend a lot of money to do this, and this is absolutely a benefit. So you might have just wanted to say something here that the benefit of spending a lot of money and having your dream come true is that it fulfills a lifelong dream and it starts the couple's life on a very positive and very happy note. Okay, so something like that would have been good. And then here, now, why do you have to spend a lot of money to do this? My argument would be, throw a backyard barbecue or something. Okay, so you have to explain how, number one, you have to spend a lot of money to do this. Okay, it's not obvious. All right, no matter how obvious it might seem, you do still have to explain it to the examiner. And then number two, you have to explain how this is a benefit. Okay, so you could say that this brings families closer together. Okay, so something like that. That's the area that was missing for me. All right, let's look at the other paragraph. On the other hand, the bride and groom may not be financially and emotionally ready to handle such a challenge. There are cases when the overall cost of the event exceeds their budget and they are forced to get a credit. You don't mean a credit, they are forced to get a loan. Considering other financial obligations of a young family, such as housing and higher education, adding another significant cost to expenses may have damaging consequences to their relations. Recent empirical research by the New York Post magazine proved that costly weddings significantly increase the possibility of getting divorced due to the fact that married couples are not able to handle stress related to financial implications. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that the cost of a one-day event can have a detrimental impact on the family future. Okay, that's good. That's well written and better supported. So, from the arguments and examples presented, I firmly believe that the disadvantages of rich wedding parties, again, not parties, far outweigh their advantages, because it's not one thing. It is predicted that in the future, the importance and scale of such families' celebrations will decrease. Okay, it's fine. Like I said, this is where the problem was in terms of the way you framed your ideas. But other than that, it's well written. The grammar is well controlled. Vocabulary, everything is absolutely fine. The order of your paragraphs was correct. So the other three areas of the criteria are at a good point. Okay, so it would just be your topic development for that first body paragraph. Okay, let's take a look now at your cover letter. Okay, dear sir, madam, please accept this letter as my application for the position of supply chain manager. I recently obtained... Okay, here's what you want to do. We don't separate our verb from the object, so make sure that the object comes directly after the verb. All right? So I have recently obtained the skilled regional visa for South Australia from the Australian government, and next week I'm moving with my husband and daughter to Adelaide. I was referred to you by Jane Campbell, who works as the fulfillment manager at your Sydney office. I was informed that you are planning to open a new office in Adelaide and currently looking for experienced professionals for that location. As you can see from the CV enclosed, my qualifications and experience match this position's requirements, as I have worked as a supply chain manager in Dell for the past 8 years. I consider myself as a person who is highly capable of learning new technologies and adapting to new environments. Plural. Moving to Australia has always been my childhood dream, so additionally, combining it with the possibility to present your worldwide brand would make me feel like winning on a lottery. Okay, I'm going to read the whole thing and then I'll give you my feedback, okay? Additionally, I believe that my knowledge of European markets can be of significant value for your company. Thank you for considering me for this interesting position. Yours faithfully. Okay, it's great. It's really nice, very natural. You could see I really didn't correct very much in terms of the language. There are a couple things that I do want to fix, though. First of all, I didn't really like this. I felt that this was too informal. It would feel like winning a lottery. So grammatically it was wrong, but also it just didn't feel very professional. So let's see if we can fix it a little bit. Moving to Australia has always been my childhood dream, so additionally, combining it with the possibility to represent your worldwide brand would be a professional, would basically achieve one of my professional dreams. Okay, or would satisfy one of my long-term professional goals. Something like that would seem much more professional. Okay? Now, the other thing that felt a little strange to me was all these little paragraphs. Now, as you probably know, paragraphing is not super important in Task 1, but that doesn't mean it's not important at all. So, I would have liked to see you combine certain ideas together. All right, so essentially this provides a great framework for you to use to organize your paragraphs. So you could have done that. So wherever you were talking about possible qualifications, that could have gone in one paragraph, and then the energy and enthusiasm in another, and then your past experience. That would have been good. You spent quite a bit of time on this, which was explaining why you were applying to the job. I mean, that's okay, but as I remember from one of your previous emails, you said that you were having a hard time finishing in time, so you could have maybe saved some time by not writing all of this. All right? So yeah, the paragraphing was the big thing here. And that's about it. Otherwise, a very good job. Again, sorry for the confusion with the essays, and that's pretty much it. It's well written. You're doing well. Okay, Karolina? So go ahead and correct these, return them back corrected, and let's see what you write for us the next time, okay? Good luck.